Hello and welcome back to episode 6 of the Road to the Dance podcast. I am Chuck.
And I'm Chub.
No Bub today, so we're just going to get right into it. I'm going to start with some of the AP results, ranked matchups from the past week. To start, we have number 12 Louisville taking down number 9 Kentucky 96-88. Oh, that's Chub's favorite team. Maybe not the happiest about that result, but on my end, number 14 Illinois beats number 11 Texas Tech 81-77. That was a great game to watch. A lot of promise from that Illinois squad, and it's a banged up Illinois squad too, so that was a good win. Then we got number 19 Gonzaga taking down number 23 Creighton 90-63 in an absolute blowout of a game. Gonzaga looks great. Creighton, I don't think they're ranked anymore.
Yeah, they fell
out of the top 25 after that one. Then we got number 2 Purdue beating number 8 Alabama 87-80 on Thursday. That game was a lot closer than the score might dictate. I was watching that one, and that thing was back and forth the whole game. I think that this really shows how strong of a team Purdue is because of the fact that, they were honestly being beat the whole game. I felt like Bama was in control there, speeding Purdue up, but Purdue was still making those shots, which is huge. Then we have number 5 Arizona beating number 15 UCLA 69-65 in another close one. Then number 3 UConn beating number 7 BYU in another close one. Then number 1 Houston almost drops to number 24 Auburn, and again, very close matchup. That one struck some fear into some people, which makes Houston drop down to number 2 in the AP poll. Purdue jumps up to number 1. So, pretty crazy week this week in terms of ranked matchups. But
Yeah, some key takeaways I had around the NCAA this week is Oakland falling to 1-4 despite them having a very good roster, as well as, Feast Week coming up soon. Excited for that. Like Chuck said, Purdue jumping right back in the number 1 spot after spending a week at number 2. Alabama and Kentucky both dropped 3 spots to number 11 and 12, as we see Illinois is the highest risers this week, jumping up 6 spots to number 8. Gonzaga and Louisville also jumped 6 spots. And some notable drop-offs in the AP poll are Houston, St. John's, Duke, Michigan, BYU, Texas Tech, and UCLA. Not huge fall-offs for them, but still a little bit of a drop. And then Auburn just continues to drop in the AP poll and gets left off of the coaches poll.
Yeah, 2 notes from that. I would say if I'm a Michigan fan, I'm starting to get real worried. Definitely one of those teams that was projected to be way up there in the Big Ten this year, and so far, I know it's early, but it's not looking like they're going to be contenders. Same thing with UCLA as well. And then the other one is that, however, I know they're not playing great to start, but the result against Houston for Auburn was a breath of fresh air for that fan base for sure. Definitely a closer one, especially against the number 1 team in the country at the time. But big one there. So yesterday, me and Chubby were able to get out to Madison for the Badgers game against SIUE. Badgers pick up the dub 94-69 after John Blackwell's 24 points and Nick Boyd's 22 points. Great showing from the Badgers there.
Yeah, I think it was just fun to see, this new Badgers squad. There's a few faces that I really didn't know because I'm not really that into watching Wisconsin, but it was cool to see Blackwell, and of course, new transfer Nick Boyd also had a great game like Chuck had mentioned.
Yeah, and then we were mentioning that Nolan Winter almost had a double-double that would have been a pretty boring double-double. He finished with 9 points, 8 rebounds, so almost 10 and 10 there. SIUE kept this one close, though, at the start.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we saw them, I think they were down, 7 at half, but at one point they tied it and took the lead in the first half as well.
And brought it down to 3, I think, at one point in the second half, and then...
Yeah, but I feel like SIU really could have won that game if they just could rebound and hit threes.
Yeah.
They were getting out rebounded so badly. Let's see the splits here. Let me zoom in. So as a team, SIUE finished with 31 rebounds, whereas the Badgers finished with 48. So getting quite out rebounded there. You're not going to win a game like that. And at least from our perspective, it seemed like SIUE could not hit a three, and the Badgers could hit a couple, which propelled them over the top, like I said, to get the W 94-69. On the Cool Center end of the overall experience of the Badgers games, I did like the concourses. The concourses were nice and big, nice and wide. A lot of options for like concessions and stuff like that. However, on like the con end of it, there was not a lot of like giveaways or fan interaction. We were able to get kind of a poster sign thing, but nothing like any of these that you would see on the wall that are like cool. So like for example, we have our Milwaukee schedule. That's a small school from the Horizon League that's giving away a cool poster like that, whereas a Power 5 team in the Badgers can't really even hand out anything of that nature. But yeah, what are any takeaways from you?
Like you'd mentioned, just the concourse size. There's a lot of options. Just the giveaway wasn't really that cool. Like not a lot of interactive things. But I mean, all in all, I feel like it was just a pretty solid stadium. It was pretty easy to get to be honest.
Yeah, not very challenging at all.
You got right into the door. Not a lot of challenges getting through security.
Yeah, parking wasn't too bad either. Another thing though, costs. Costs were definitely higher than the Illinois game.
Yeah.
I think we both got souvenir cups. Souvenir cups were around $9, like $8.75. Whereas I think at the Illinois game they were just about at $7. And then popcorn was technically the same price, right? I think they were both about $4.50 at each spot. But you could tell in the popcorn review, difference in size. You get a small bag at the Wisconsin game, huge bucket at the Illinois game. But yeah, I would say I would still probably put the Illinois game experience above the Badgers game experience. A little biased. I don't know about you.
I feel like I would do the same for the games that we went at, but I'd like to give the Kohl Center a fair shot against like sold out against like a really good opponent. I feel like the atmosphere would be pretty elite.
Yeah, I mean, but to be fair though, Illinois was against FGCU. I will point out that was a Friday night compared to a Monday night. Big difference there in fan attendance, but yeah, overall just a great experience there. I think that's second Big Ten team out of the 4 that we'll hopefully be visiting this year. So yeah, we'll have to see what the rest of the Big Ten schools and the rest of the schools bring, but that'll get us right into Wavelength. We played Wavelength last episode, but in case you haven't listened in, Wavelength is a game that blew up on TikTok this past year, so we are going to play it with a little college basketball twist. Both of us are going to get a sticky note from producer Vinny with a number on it. The other pod member will have to try to guess the number with 2 questions. Closest gets a point, and then most points at the end wins. We're going to go ahead and play 2 rounds on this one. So, producer Vinny, will pass out the numbers.
All right.
Okay. You want me to ask first, or you want to ask first?
You can ask first.
Okay. Let's see. Give me a arena.
Klotchke Center.
Okay.
Just so you know, that's like UWM's like
alternate
arena.
Yeah.
You could say. Give me a logo.
A tough one. Wichita State. Okay. So, this is a new one that I thought of. Give me a MTE. It's like a mid-season tournament.
I'm not good with those. Get a list up.
Yeah, you want to pull up a list or just look up like MTEs?
I'm not connected. Here, I can pull it up right here. Here we go. Can't.
For those who don't know, MTE stands for multi-team event. So it'll be like your in-season tournaments, like Battle for the Atlantis or the new ones. What's the new one? It's like they just came out with it too. It's like this is the first year. It's got like a crazy amount of teams in it.
I have no clue.
What is that one?
Yeah, I cannot find it. I can't find a picture of him.
Let's see.
Let's just go with the Battle at the Beach.
Battle at the Beach. Okay. Okay.
Give me a uniform.
Uniform. Give me the black Duke jerseys.
Okay.
Okay, I'll guess first then. I'm gonna go with 2.
Was 1.
Mm.
I'm gonna go with. Says 8.
Was 9. So technically a tie there. Might have to do another round then. Might have to go with 3. But I gotta find what that one was called because I swore that was like a huge tournament this year. It was what was it? It was like huge. Like there's like a billion teams
Yeah, I
playing
think
it.
I know what you're talking about.
We should know this too. This is bad. College basketball podcast here, so we don't know the name of the biggest MTE of the year. This isn't good. But yeah, you want to pass out the next round in the meantime while we try to find the name of this?
Oh, yeah.
Is it like a Players Era Festival?
The Players Era, yeah. That tournament's gonna be insane. That would be
Yeah.
like a 10 out of 10. Okay. You wanna ask first this?
Give me a Big Ten team.
Big Ten team. Like, are we talking historically or like this year?
Let's go last year. So we have like a
Last
full
year?
season, like.
Iowa. Okay. Kind of follow your tracks on that one. Give me a SEC team.
Let's go with. So for like last year,
Yeah.
let's go with Ole Miss.
Okay. Okay. Alright. I think I have my range.
Give me a mascot.
Mascot. This is tough. The Minnesota Golden Gopher. I don't know if like its name or anything, but
Yeah, I don't know its name. I know what it looks like though.
let's see. Give me a it's tough. Give me a color scheme.
Let's go with. Let's go with FGCU's color scheme.
Ooh, okay. Alright, you wanna guess first?
Chuck, give me number 6.
It's 5.
Gosh, mine's one off.
Alright, I'm gonna go with 8.
Yep, you got it. That's 8.
There we go. Number 1. So, do we want to play another round, or do you think?
I mean, maybe at the end, maybe we could play.
Let's just shoot it right out.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Producer Vinny, you want to write up some more numbers?
Yes, sir.
FGCU definitely brought me up there. It's a great color scheme. The blue and the blue, white, and green. Okay. Alright, I'll ask first on this one. Give me a Horizon League team.
This year
Last year, like, so that was past year.
or UWM?
Okay. Alright.
Give me an ACC team this year.
This year. Ooh, no, they're kind of good this year. Give me West Virginia. All right, let's see. I have to run it back here. Give me a uniform.
Let's go with like the like the FAU, like the Vice City type ones, or it might be
FIU.
FIU, yeah.
FIU Vice City. Okay. All right. Gee, do we both go 2 there?
Mhm.
Okay. I'm gonna go 9.
It's 10.
10. Okay.
This one's gonna be rough. Just shoot one out of nowhere. Give me 4.
Got it on the dot. 4 on the head, so we end in a tie.
That one threw me for a little.
Yeah.
Little.
That one was off.
Whirl.
All right, we'll hand this back to producer Vinny. I'm gonna start off with my Power 5 team of the week. They were mentioned a couple times earlier. I've got Purdue. Purdue defeats number 8 Alabama on the road in Tuscaloosa. This was a significant top 10 road win for the Boilermakers. Senior Braden Smith leads the way, 29 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. While then in their next game, Purdue defeats Akron at home. Boilermakers ran past Akron to get to a 4-0 start. Dominant performance on the glass. Just outboarded Akron by a huge margin. The game featured 3 Boilermakers with a double-double. I think Oscar Clough, Trey Kaufman-Wren, and Braden Smith all had one. Just overall great week for Purdue. Jump up to number 1 in the AP poll as well. Now you're the top team in the country, so I don't think you could have a better week as a Power 5 program. So for my Power 5 of the week, I went with Purdue.
So for my Power 5 team of the week, hurts a little bit to say, but I chose Louisville. Picked up 2 wins this week over, of course, 9th ranked Kentucky, and then a decent Ohio squad. I was impressed mostly with their offensive side of the ball, especially like from 3, because we knew all their guys can hit 3s.
Yeah.
But they hit 13 against Kentucky and 16 against Ohio. I mean, they went on like a streak where they scored 12 baskets in a row against Kentucky. If you do that, you're going to win games no matter if you give up baskets too. They looked very physical, just out physical, I guess you could say, Kentucky. Freshman Michael Brown Jr., man, he could not be stopped. Went for 29, 2 and 5. It felt like, okay, he's out of the game, we can make a run. And then, Ryan Conwell's back in the game. Okay, Michael Brown's out, Conwell's back in, basically not taking anyone out. Michael Brown, 29 against Kentucky, 19 against Ohio. He's going to get my vote for Player of the Week. And then Ryan Conwell, like I mentioned, is another name that you can mention from this Louisville squad. Has been fantastic this season. Personally, I think that game against Kentucky, they shouldn't have won. I feel like Kentucky lost the game for themselves. But I feel like they did play very, very well. And that they just more physical and everything and out hustled. But that is their Super Bowl, so I'll let them have it. Doesn't matter till March. But yep, that's my choice for Power 5 Team of the Week.
All right, with that, we're going to move into mid-major. My mid-major of the week, I've got Wichita State. The squad is now the number 1 team in the American after Tulsa's loss last night to Kansas State. They played one game this week against Loyola Chicago, getting the dub 95-74. It's hard to tell right now if it's just Loyola getting off to a poor start or the Shockers being legit. Personally, I'm going to lean towards the Shockers being legit. Kenyon Giles looked amazing, averaging almost 20 points per game, shooting 60%, clear facilitator for the squad. On the other end of the floor, you got Will Berg, who's averaging a smooth 12 and 7 with 2 blocks a game. Overall, college basketball is better when the Shockers are good. Expect big things from the Shockers squad in the next couple of weeks.
So for my mid-major team of the week, I chose Buffalo. They also racked up 2 wins this week, one against DePaul and the other against Rochester IT. The Buffaloes outplayed DePaul the whole game. I don't think they gave up a lead other than in the first 5 minutes of the game. But since then, they didn't give up a lead. Looked great from the 3-point line, shooting a little bit over 40% that game. The guard pair, Ryan Sable and former Badger Daniel Freitag, both combined for 2/3 of their points. They played a very good game against a Power 5 opponent, and they just earned my selection for mid-major team of the week.
Yeah, Daniel Freitag, I remember he was former member, AZ, one of his favorite players on that Badger squad last year. But now we're going to head into underdogs of the week. For my underdog of the week, I've got Yale. Like I said, underdog, go with Yale. This team looks polished. They started the week with a win over Quinnipiac, 97-60. Keep in mind, this is in the preseason NAAC poll, Quinnipiac was picked to finish second, so this is a quality win for this Yale program. Then Yale heads back home to pick up a dub against Stony Brook. Gets the W, like I said, 86-79. This gets Yale off to a 3-0 start, and honestly, this team could go 10-0 with their schedule these next couple of weeks. Riley Fox has stepped up as the clear leader of the squad, averaging 19.3 points per game. He's also got a great supporting cast. Nick Townsend is great. He's averaging 18 and 8. Overall, this Bulldog squad just looks really polished.
Yeah. My underdog team of the week, I chose Montana, another 2-win team this week. That was coming against UNLV and Cal Poly. The effort that this Grizzlies squad gives is unbelievable. It's just all their players have unlimited hustle. They give it their 100% all the time, and their attitude's just perfect. They're a good rebounding team, and offensively they're very good. Just their defense hurts them a little bit, but they did play great on both ends of the ball this week. Money Williams, their guard, 30 points in each of the 2 games. They played, earning himself a national award, being the Lou Henson Award, which is given to the Player of the Week. Another player is Tyler Isaac, who scored 10 against UNLV and 19 against Cal Poly. Another guy that seemed to be that he just gave 100%. Teams that have players like this and rosters full of guys that will just give you that 100% and give you their hustle and just have a heart for the game. Of course, Money and Tyler are teams that are going to be successful here in college basketball, of course, this era. This team impressed me a lot, earning my selection for underdog of the week.
Yeah, so what would you say was your top team of the week out of these 3?
I got to go with Louisville.
I
Really
was
good.
not seeing that coming. On my end, I'm gonna have to go with my mid-major of the week for the third week in a row. I've got Wichita State as my overall team of the week. I just think they look really good. Like I said, number one in the American. First time in a while. I don't think we've seen the Shockers being this dominant in a good minute. But yeah, as kind of wrapping up the podcast here, we do have one announcement though. We have a game change. We are no longer going to be attending the Marquette Valparaiso game on December 2nd, and we are hopefully going to be attending the Marquette Central Michigan game this Saturday, I believe, 22nd? Yeah, 22nd. So, hope to be able to make that one. Producer Vinny will hopefully be joining us in that one as well. But yeah, that'll pretty much just wrap it up for today. Any final notes?
Yeah, I'm excited just for this game slate this week. Should be a great episode next week. Hopefully some upsets. But as usual, subscribe, follow on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify, as well as go follow the Instagram and the TikTok. And shout out to producer Vinny. Nothing's possible without you, and it's all for me.
Yeah. Hopefully Illinois can pick up a dub this week. But yeah, that'll wrap it up. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you for episode 7.